Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said that lawmakers needed to do more to protect students on their way to and from school. The Austrian parliament named Finance Minister Hartwig Löger interim chancellor Tuesday after Sebastian Kurz was ousted through a vote of no confidence on Monday. Löger is a member of the centre-right People's Party and will serve as chancellor until elections in September. The change in chancellors is part of the ongoing Ibiza scandal that showed Austrian politicians attempting to secure funds from a purported niece of a Russian oligarch. Austrian President Alexander von der Bellen told reporters after the ceremony that there needed to be more communication to prevent problems in democracy.
It is not enough in a democracy to talk to each other only when we need it, because then it will only bring revenge.
This news comes to you from Deutsche Welle, Germany's international public broadcaster. The remains of Jonas Savimbi, the Angolan rebel leader who died in 2002, have been brought to the town of Quito ahead of a formal funeral on Saturday. As the leader of the UNITA rebel group, Savimbi fought for independence from Portugal, which was achieved in 1975. He fought against the MPLA in the ensuing Angolan Civil War until his death in an ambush. The French Senate has approved a bill for quick reconstruction of the iconic Notre Dame Church in Paris, which was severely damaged by a fire in April. The bill includes controversial exemptions to environmental and heritage rules, as well as exemptions for the public bidding process for contractors. French President Emmanuel Macron said he wants the reconstruction work to be finished in 5 years, but several experts say that goal is too ambitious. And in sports, Union Berlin has been promoted to the top flight of German soccer for the first time. They tied VfB Stuttgart in the second leg of the Bundesliga relegation playoffs and secured promotion on away goals. This is the second time that Stuttgart has been relegated from the top division in 4 seasons. For more news and information, please visit our website at dw.com. I'm Kai Dambach.
And if you're just joining us, welcome to DW Africa Link program. My name is Abubakar Jallo.
And I'm Zipporah Nyambura. We are also live on our Facebook page, DW Africa. You can take part in this program by telling us what you think and giving us your feedback on the stories that we are covering.
Now let's head right into it. The Kenya-Somalia maritime border dispute has escalated into a diplomatic conflict as both countries engage in a tit-for-tat actions. Somalia has now barred its officials from attending any meetings hosted in Nairobi to protest visa denials for 3 of its officials who were scheduled to attend a conference there.
The new escalation started in February when Kenya accused its neighbor of auctioning oil blocks in a disputed part of the Indian Ocean. The area in dispute, which is about 100,000 square kilometers, is believed to hold valuable deposits of oil and gas. Now, earlier before we came on air, I talked to a
continued into the night as tens of thousands protested budget cuts they say will gut the country's education system.
The future of the university is under threat, and the cuts will make the life of the students in the universities difficult.
Brazilian universities produce a lot of scientific research, and these kinds of cuts affect the development of that research in universities.
At the heart of the matter, plans to freeze over €1 billion of education funding. It would mean a 30% budget cut for federal universities. Protesters call it an assault on education. They marched all over the country, in Rio, Sao Paulo, and Brasilia, with signs reading "Books and pencils are our weapons." It's the second protest in as many weeks. Bolsonaro called the May 15th protesters useful idiots, manipulated by their professors. The incendiary remarks only fanned the flames.
I think the main message is that a 30% cut to education is absurd, that it makes higher education impossible in this country.
We are against the intellectual setbacks that
support for Bolsonaro has plummeted in his first 5 months. Now says it will free up more education funds to make up for some of the loss.
Time now to take a look at some other world news stories we're covering for you this hour here on France 24. R&B singer R. Kelly has been charged with 11 new sex abuse-related charges, including counts that carry a maximum sentence of 30 years in prison. The charges pertain to accusations by one woman who says Kelly assaulted her when she was underage. This comes in addition to 10 counts of aggravated sexual abuse Kelly was already facing, involving 4 women over a roughly 10-year period. Tensions are running high in Colombia after a former FARC rebel peace negotiator was freed from detention in Bogota for the second time in less than a month. Seixas Hernandez, known to many as Jesus Santrich, is wanted by the USA for allegedly conspiring to traffic cocaine. His supporters welcomed news of his release, while his detractors in government called his newfound freedom an insult to the victims of Colombia's long civil conflict with the FARC rebel group. And the Ukrainian captain of one of 2 ships involved in a deadly collision in the Danube River in Hungary has been arrested on suspicion of reckless misconduct. At least 7 people are dead and 21 are missing, all of them South Korean tourists, after a pleasure boat sunk amid particularly violent currents. Hungarian officials believe there is now no chance of finding any more survivors. The leader of Italy's anti-establishment 5-star movement, Luigi Di Maio, can keep his job. An online vote saw 80% of respondents get behind Di Maio after his party, known as M5S, was dealt a stinging blow in European elections. The M5S rules in coalition with Matteo Salvini's far-right League Party, which won a resounding victory in Italy on the back of its nationalist Italians First campaign. Josephine McKenna in Rome has the details.
This is an astonishing situation for the 5-star movement, which will suffered extraordinary losses at the weekend. Luigi Di Maio has been the leader since September 2017. He's helped to build this party into a national force. But just in the last 12 months, the share of the vote has gone from 33% to 17% at this European election. So an amazing turnaround. This party has been completely eclipsed by the strength, the burgeoning growth of support for the far-right League, which has been eating into its own support in the south. The 5-star movement had been very strong and remains quite strong in the south of Italy, but this European election showed that the League has become a national party that has really established itself as a force across the country here in Italy. Luigi Di Maio thanked his supporters, told them he loved them, and pledged to rebuild his party, but many in the party believe he has too many roles. He's the Deputy Prime Minister, he's the Economic Development Minister, and he's leader of the party. So some soul-searching ahead for the 5-star movement if it's going to remain a strong party here in Italy.
2 years after his death, Etienne Tshisekedi's body has been returned to his native Congo for burial. Thousands gathered in the capital Kinshasa to welcome the man who, for decades, was the face of the country's political opposition. Former President Joseph Kabila had denied the repatriation of his body from Belgium. But with Etienne, Felix Tshisekedi